Hi there, this is Adrian from Roomify again, and I'm back with a tutorial on how to use B for an equipment library. So today we're going to be installing Drupal 8.5 with a patch that will come in handy for some views we want to make along with the B module. So let's get started. Okay, our site is built, so let's go ahead and log in and start getting set up. So our first step, of course, is to install the B module. So we'll go ahead and enable the module and its dependencies. And next, we're going to create a content type. So the idea with this equipment library is that it's, perhaps at a college or a high school and allows students to check out camera equipment. So we're going to make a new content type, and we will call it equipment. And we will, of course, enable B, and we're going to use daily bookings this time because students can check it out for a day or more at a time. So we don't need any fields right now, and what we can do is start to create our content. So let's add a few things like a Canon DSLR. And you're going to see a new interesting part of B after we save this. When we edit it, what we're going to do is adjust the number of units available. By default, B creates 1 unit. That's usually what you want. But in this case, we're checking out multiple identical objects. So instead of creating a node for each camera, what we can do is add several units on the single node and track their availability that way. So we have 4 cameras, so we'll go ahead and add 3 additional units. And now, when we look at the availability tab, then you're going to see that several are available for checkout. So we'll quickly add a couple of different pieces of equipment to make the demo realistic. So we'll add tripods and go ahead and set up a few units. Someone broke a tripod, so we only have 3 of these. And then we will also add an external flash. We'll save this, edit it, and fortunately we have the same number of flashes as cameras, and so we have a few things available. And so the next thing we'll do is go ahead and add some bookings. And to do that, we're going to set up a few user accounts so that we can get an idea of how this looks for people. So we are going to add Jane, Steve, and Claire. And we could set up a special rule, or sorry, a special role. But in this case, anyone with an account on the site can check out equipment. We'll save this account and create one more. And now we're going to go ahead and log in and create a few bookings as each user. Okay, I've created a few user accounts, but before we go ahead and create some reservations, then we need to set up just a few permissions quickly so that they'll be able to. So we're going to allow authenticated users to create, or rather no, just to view, edit, and delete their own events of any type. And this will just make it easier for people to see their reservations. And then under bookable entities everywhere, then we're going to give authenticated users the capability to create B reservations. So we'll scroll down and save. And now let's go ahead and log in as some regular users. And you can see that I've actually created a quick little view of the equipment that's available for checkout. It's as simple as it gets, a view of nodes. So first we'll log in as Claire. Claire's going to want just a camera and a tripod. So we can see there's plenty of availability. So we've got our pickup dates. And we just want it to check out tonight and return tomorrow. So we've got a reservation for the camera, and we'll do the same for the tripod. So now let's go ahead and log in as Steve. And Steve's going to want a camera and a flash for a bit longer. Start today, and we'll return the equipment on the 18th. And we'll do the same for the flash. You can see as we start to make more reservations that you can see what the state of the individual units associated with the node. And finally, we'll log in as Jane. And create a reservation just for a camera. Okay, so now we've seen the basic capability to reserve equipment and see its status. If you logged in as a user, you can see your event details and you can actually edit them since we've given those permissions. So let's log back in as an administrator. And what we're going to want to do now is make a view that's going to be useful for people running the equipment library to know who's checking in and checking out equipment. So we'll start by going to Views. Okay, our goal is to have a view of upcoming equipment reservations for site admins. So what we're going to do is make a view of bad events. We'll call it upcoming reservations, and we're going to choose event as the base entity type, and we'll limit it to daily availability, only if another type of B node was added later. So we'll create a page and just call it reservations. And we're going to use fields, and you'll see why in a few minutes. So we'll go ahead and save it and start working on it. We're going to hide the operations links because it's not too useful for this view. And the first thing we'll do is see who's actually checking out the equipment. So if we use the authored by field, that gets us the user, and we're going to exclude it from the display because we're going to group people because people will have more than one type of equipment. So we'll add that, and we're also going to add the unit type, or the actual unit that's being booked, so that we can see what equipment is being booked. So right now we just kind of have a list of units, and what we want to do instead is go ahead and group this list by the person making the reservation. So after we apply, we can see that which equipment each user has. So let's go ahead and add one more field. It's going to be useful to see when people are picking up their equipment. So we'll add the event dates. And we don't really need a format with hours and minutes because these are just daily checkouts. So we'll use the HTML date format. And we're just using the start date right now. Or no, that's not right. We're showing the length of the reservation. So that's a basic view. We can go ahead and save it. One other thing that can be useful is to order by the date so that you're seeing upcoming reservations first. So we add our sort, and that's our simple view. So we'll save it. And we can go ahead and have a look. And that is how to build a simple equipment reservation site using Bee. Thanks for watching.